afternoon tea. Now, I saw some messages on the forum yesterday, and I was really happy with some of the stuff that came on there. It was really good, as in fact that you were starting to talk about mindfulness itself. Now, I posted up stuff there in the past, like some of the diary, and the content's come back, and it's all been about food in itself, just the food side of things. Okay, but now it's starting to come back up with messages of where you're at right now. Now, if you're struggling, that's okay. Okay, if you're feeling kind of a little bit frustrated because something that's simple, that's okay, because you're sharing that experience. And you know what? When you do that, you can get support, and I kind of see the support coming backwards and forwards, because although mindfulness might seem very simple to stick your awareness up and to start eating slower, to deep breathe before you're kind of eating, to not eat at your computer desk. You know what? It can be simple to say, well, I won't plug my stuff into MyFitnessPal anymore. But if we've been practicing all those things for a big chunk of our life, it can be very hard to stop doing it, because our brain likes patterns. It likes to do things the same way all the time, because it's simpler, and that's the brain, how it's made up. And whenever we kind of go down that same route, dopamine gets released. Dopamine is your motivator. It drives you. It almost wants you to do it again. You get that urge and that sensation to eat fast, to plug in that thing on FitnessPal or whatever, to take the responsibility out of yourself. Now, changing that, although it seems simple, we've got to realise that we're humans, and it's going to take time. And if we can do that, then we can drop the frustration that probably brings from there. Because remember, if we're getting frustrated, we're raising up probably our stress hormones, and we're going to get cortisol go through the roof. And that stress hormone can then sometimes drive us to food, right? And then we beat ourselves up about that. So the mindfulness thing is just about taking that deep breath and realizing that it's going to take more time than what perhaps you thought it would do. And there's a few other things that we can do to help ourselves. One, we can continue to put those stuff on Facebook, inspire each other, ask questions, okay? Because you might think something's insignificant, but if it pops on there and it gets one person to look at it and go, yes, I'll make a different decision, then that's exactly why we should put it on there. Even if it raises that person's awareness up. I mean, they've already got, it's all gone ping onto thing where they've seen a little red dot on, their phone, and they've clicked it mindlessly, because we're almost automatically meant to do that because we've trained ourselves to do that. So if they click it, how great would it be if that then inspires them to do, oh God, I need to eat slow, and they do it, and then they start to reinforce, this new thing. And the more we start reinforcing that, and the more we practice it, then we all start to slow down a little, and we'll start to become a little bit more aware. So share, okay? Sharing is really important. We're a team, and we get stronger because we are a team. Second thing is, go back to the book. Have you gone through all of it? Now, I've asked for accountability from you guys, and some of you have sent me some, but it gets dipped off. So if we got to a certain point in the book and then we've stopped learning, because there might be things at the end of those chapters in that book that are really important and might get you to understand what's happening while you're doing this. Or you may have just forgotten about it. Listening to something once, we know is not going to be enough to understand it. And if we don't quite understand it, or we don't quite get it, then remember, I'm here as your coach. You can ask me, or you can do your own research, okay? And if you're not quite sure, is that research quite right, again, you can send it back to me, or share it to the group, or whatever. But all these things, when we start to actively challenge ourselves and grow, yes, it's going to be harder, okay, and probably harder than the actual workouts. Remember, you know what, the workouts are probably easy in that respect, because you've got all these people around you pushing and helping you and me guiding you to do that. But I say, the more we actually put in the effort outside the workout, switch our brains on a little bit more, then it will start to become natural, and we've got to start to believe the fact that can happen, okay? Because many times, we've done things now, guys, and we've realised that we can do a lot more than we think. All right, okay, so remember, one thing is to share more on the forum, okay? 2 is to go back to the book or do kind of your own research. 3 is to kind of to speak to myself and get accountability from me to help you progress further. we start doing that a little bit more, then we can start to gradually get this change that we know we can get. All right, have a good day, and I'll speak to you soon.